Hello everyone, welcome to this course orientation for Admin 8695 for Fall 2021 semester. I've titled this orientation as How Admin 8695 Works. And my name is Florence Martin and I'm your instructor for this course, Admin 8695, which is the Advanced Seminar in Teaching and Learning. A little bit about me. I'm a professor in Learning Design and Technology. I'm housed in the Department of Educational Leadership in the College of Education. I'm also a program director for the Postmaster Certificate in University and College Teaching. Several of you might be taking this course as part of this Postmaster Certificate, or you might also be taking it towards your doctoral degree in educational leadership or in another program. I'm originally from South India, but I've lived in the US for 20 years now. I graduated with my master's and doctoral degree in educational technology from Arizona State University. I teach a number of courses in learning design and technology. This is one that I teach regularly. I research in the area of online learning. That's my primary area. I do research on a few other areas as well. You could read more about me on the About the Instructor page. There is an About the Instructor page in the Getting Started module, which links to my website too. So there's a lot more information about me on that page. Here is a quick look at the course, a course overview. So in this course, we will be examining a number of current teaching models and which will provide you a framework for choosing the appropriate model for the type of course that you might be teaching. We'll also be looking at teaching strategies and learning outcomes. So if you look at the visual down on the slide, so I've chunked it into 4 focus areas. So we'll be looking at foundations for the first 4 weeks, then we'll look at teaching models, and then we'll spend some time on instructional design. And the last 4 weeks, we'll be looking at a number of teaching and learning innovations. So in addition to teaching models, that is what, even though the description says, we will be looking at all these other topics as well, which includes the learning and development theories, instructional design processes, innovations in teaching and learning, and also scholarship of teaching and learning. Here are the 5 course goals. I'm not going to read every one of them, but then we have 5 broad course goals mapped to the different focus areas. So we'll be looking at learning and development theories, and you'll be developing a philosophy of teaching. We'll be reviewing instructional strategies and best practices. Then we'll be analyzing different teaching models, and then we'll spend time on the instructional design processes, after which you will be designing and developing a course module for a course you wish to teach. And then finally, we'll discuss innovations and scholarship and teaching and learning. Course structure, it is an asynchronously online course primarily, but then we do have 2 synchronous meetings, one at the mid-semester and end of semester. Even though these are recommended, not mandated, but I highly encourage you to attend the synchronous meetings if you can fit it in your course schedule. I will be recording these as well. So it's a 15-week semester. So, each week will run we'll have clear objectives for the week. There'll be tasks, there'll be readings and resources and some e-lessons, which are instructor generated recordings or from experts. And then there'll be some activities and assessment, which could be like discussions, projects, and reflections. So that's kind of the structure. I try to keep each week in a similar format, consistent format, so that helps you with usability. So here is a quick look at the home page. If you're already registered for the course and you accessed it through Canvas, so this is how the home page will look. And when you click on home, you'll see the About the Instructor link, as well as the course overview and the course goals that we just went through. And the first week, we'll be spending the entire week, I titled it actually as week 0 because in an online course, there's a lot of details that you need to, be familiar with. So I call it as the Getting Started module. So on the left is the week 0 overview landing page. So every week has a landing page, which I call it as the overview page. So there are several things that you need to review, as well as several activities for you to complete. So you'll have to take the time to go through, all the resources as well as complete the activities. So this is the course orientation that you're watching right now. And then there's a Getting Started quiz at the end. You'll be introducing yourself, sign up to facilitate discussions, there's a readiness survey, and then You'll also configure your Canvas profile if you've already not done it. And then weekly modules, you see a sample weekly module overview page. As I said, there's there's a brief introduction and then the weekly objectives, measurable weekly objectives. If you see, actually, and at the end of each weekly objective, you see how you see the number CG2. This means it's mapped to the particular course goal. So it's mapped to course goal number 2. And then there are tasks, and then there's readings and resources. And then there's also activities and assessment. So again, as I said, very consistent format. I've tried to create the course. Schedule, so 15 weeks, there is a schedule page where you can go take a look at this in detail. There is a fall break coming somewhere, a couple of days, but other than that, I think it's pretty consistent. And then what I did, the Thanksgiving week, is I combined 2 weeks together because, it's Thanksgiving and it's a shorter week. So you see week 13 and 14 combined, but it has a longer time period. Okay. There is no textbook that you need to purchase for this course. However, there are several readings and resources that I've linked within the Canvas course shell. So there's a number of resources that you will be accessing. I've already mentioned e-lessons. So these are short videos which either I have recorded or they are from guest speakers. Either they are on YouTube or uploaded to Kaltura, which is again a video repository which is integrated within Canvas. Either one of those ways you'll be accessing these e-lessons. Number of asynchronous discussions are included in this course. Combination of asynchronous discussions and projects. So asynchronous discussions are you will be signing up to facilitate one, and then you will be required to do a main post by Thursday. So I run the week from Monday to Sunday. So the main post is due on Thursday night, 11:59, and then you have to respond to at least 2 peers by Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. So again, those 2 dates don't change. So you want to keep that in mind. So even though sometimes the due date for the discussion will have the Sunday due date, but you want to remember that you have to do the main post by Thursday. Okay, so there is no option for me to put 2 due dates within a discussion forum. So pay attention to the Thursday due date, and then you have to respond at least to 2 peers by the Sunday. And there is a grading rubric for the discussions, which you can see as soon as you click on the discussion links. Again, all discussions, projects, all assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. on the date mentioned. So I mentioned the 2 synchronous online meetings, Zoom meetings, and our session. So October 14th, that's the mid-semester one that I picked. I picked 2 Wednesdays. So October 14th is, that's a mid-semester where we will be talking about synchronous online learning. So I think it's perfect to do a synchronous session. And then December 7th is the last one where we will be doing like course presentations. So you want to put these 2 on your calendar. At the end of each focus area, you will have an opportunity to do a reflection, like what benefited you the most from this content, what challenged you the most, and how do you see yourself applying what you learned in your current or future job setting. So definitely take the time to complete these reflections. There are points assigned, and then in a couple of reflections, I think the first and the second one, there are also an additional question about design, and then the second one is the mid-semester mark. So I also ask you feedback at the mid-semester point. So here are the different projects. There are 5 projects. So we start with the teaching philosophy, and then project 2, 3, and 4 are kind of connected to each other. You do an outline, and then you design, and then you develop. And then you have a choice on the 5th project between a teaching and learning research paper or creating a teaching portfolio or an e-portfolio. So you want to look ahead. All the specifications for these projects are already on the Canvas course shell. So check them ahead of time and mark these due dates on your calendar as well. Each of these is worth 50 points. And then there are a few other graded activities. There are 11 discussions, actually 10 plus an introduction discussion. And then you also have points for facilitating the discussion. So when you facilitate discussion, you will also be summarizing the discussion and then share it in a summary forum for everybody else to read the summary. And I mentioned the 4 reflections and then the getting started quiz. So this adds up to 430 points. So all assignments have to be submitted through the assignment submission on Canvas. I will not grade assignments submitted through email because I do maintain the online gradebook. So when you submit it on Canvas, it automatically links to the gradebook and it's easier for me to post the grades there. So please do not email me any of your assignments. It has to be submitted through Canvas. How do you contact me? So the first one is contact the instructor forum or the Q&A forum. Right now Canvas has something called as a Q&A forum. So you could post a question there, and then I will respond. So this is if it is generic in nature. If it is nothing personal but generic about the course, due dates, projects, very general, you could post it in the Q&A forum. But then if it is something very specific to you, then you want to email me. Right? You want to email me. If you want to jump on a call, a synchronous Zoom call, I do have office hours on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons, but you should definitely email me to let me know you're joining the office hours. So I can jump on the call, set aside some time for you, and then we can talk. We could also talk on the phone. That is actually my work phone. You could leave a voice message on it. Or if you email me, I can give you my cell phone as well. And there's the office hours that we will be using. So if you are new, this is your first semester, which I know for some of you, this is your first semester at UNC Charlotte, taking a first class. So I would recommend you to go through some of the Canvas tutorials, especially if you're not familiar with Canvas, how to submit assignments, how to participate in discussion, how to access the grade book. So if you go to canvas.uncc.edu, there is on that homepage, there is a for students page where there's a lot of tutorials. So what I'm going to do now is spend a few minutes just quickly walking you through the Canvas course shell so that you have an idea how the course is designed. So I already showed you a screenshot of the home page, right? So that's the home page. You could also navigate to the different modules from here, getting started in course modules. But then there is the syllabus. If you go to the syllabus page, you can review the syllabus. Please take the time to read all the details, especially before you take the getting started quiz. So the majority of the information is linked under the modules page. Do you see here modules? So I showed you the week 0, right? That's the longest one. And then there's week 1. Actually, let me walk you through a week 1 module. So week 1 is Know Your Learner. We looked at the overview page we looked at. And then if you scroll all the way down, there is the next button. So this is what I called as the e-lesson. So I've embedded these videos in, usually short. I try to keep them less than 15 minutes if I'm recording. So I hope, usually, I try to do a synthesis of the readings. And then there is the discussion, right? So you'll see the prompts, you'll see clear prompts, and then it tells you how many words, minimum words, and there's the rubric. So all you have to do is hit reply and you'll have to participate. So I actually also want to show you, click on one more. So if you look at the overview page, as I said, there are the weekly objectives, tasks, readings and resources and activities. So clicking on these will take you to the various resources. Okay. So you can also go to discussions if you directly want to go to discussions, but then the discussions are actually also connected to the module page. I've actually linked them on the module page. And then there are the projects. I showed you the different projects. And there are the discussions again and the reflections. So you could access those from different ways. And then if you click on the grades, you will have access to your grade book. And this is the Q&A forum I mentioned. So you'll have access to the Q&A forum too if you want to post questions there if anything comes up. So that's a quick look at Canvas. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Don't wait till the very end. Even though it's an online course, I'm your instructor. I'm here to support you. So please email me if there are any challenges, you need any additional support. My door is always open, and the goal is I want to see you succeed and walk away from this course with enough of knowledge and skills that will help you design your own course and support teaching and learning at your institution or organization. So that was the last thing I had. So again, have a wonderful semester, and I will see you online.